Today, I was the youngest, poorest, and blackest person in a room full of white financiers and entrepreneurs. So, for context, my friend who's in the finance industry invited me to this small entrepreneurship forum hosted by a major finance company. She's been a big supporter of Six Figure EA from the inception, and she's always looking out. And so I'm like, of course, let me go network with some people, with some finance people. I'm just getting back from the conference today. I had no idea what to expect, but I had a wonderful time, and I wanted to share some of my takeaways with you guys, especially those of you who are interested in building your own brand or your own company, business, whatever. It's all about introduction. So you guys know I'm an executive assistant, and as an EA, I see a lot of what goes on behind the scenes of an executive's inbox. And to make deals, to get jobs, referrals, it's all introductions from people they know. That's how people get opportunities. That's how businesses are bought and sold, through introductions. The power of introductions is real. And so I was able to garner a good amount of introductions today. Even if none of these introductions can help me directly, maybe they know somebody who can help me, or they know somebody who knows somebody. And that's just how your network builds, and really is the true importance of networking. The second thing I learned is that as an introvert, these type of situations can be very difficult because you have maybe a lot of social anxiety of going into a space where you don't know anyone like I did, but you still have to put your best foot forward, especially if you're building a business and building a brand. You do have to be able to sell that business. So even though I wasn't too nervous about this event, what I still struggle with is approaching people. But what I do find as a hack for myself is if I look approachable, you present yourself well, you carry yourself with poise and confidence, even though inside you're like internally freaking out, you don't show it on your face, and you smile and look friendly, people will approach you. So like I look people in the eye, I smiled, just like in dating, and they came towards me, introduced themselves, and like asked me about my business, blah, blah. So if you look approachable, even if you're scared to approach, look approachable, look people in the eye, smile. And I think, especially in a networking event, it will signal to them that you want to be approached. So that really helped for me. And then towards the end of the event, I did get more comfortable and I started to approach some people as well. So that brings me to my third takeaway. When you're in networking events, you're selling your business, you're selling yourself. So it's a great way to like kind of refine your pitch and story. I mean, I should have probably practiced this before I even got there, but I didn't, of course. So I was kind of making up like something that sounded good about Six Figure Eight on the spot. But each time I said it to the next person, the story got stronger, the pitch got stronger, and it even started to make more sense. Like, what am I trying to build? Like, where is this going in 2026? So, practice your story, practice your pitch, but these type of opportunities really give you the opportunity to practice out loud. Overall, everyone was just so friendly and helpful, right? There was this one man who I was like, this needs to be my target. Like, if I could get him as my mentor, I think that would really change the game. And I needed to get out of my passive mindset and be a little bit more active. So I asked a question in a session he did. At the end of the session, I went up to him directly, introduced myself, told him a little bit about my business, and he gave me a couple good insights. And then I was like, somehow, some way, I need to get this man's email, because of course I can connect with him on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is social media at the end of the day. An email is a more direct link. So I was like, Fumi, you need to suck it up and go up to this man and get his email. And I don't know if it was fate, the universe, but this guy, he sat at my table during lunch. So I was like, this is the universe telling me I need to get his email. So, I participated in the conversation, which is something I typically wouldn't do. I would just be a listener, but I was like, I need to get this guy's attention. I asked him questions. And then at the end of lunch, I went out to him and I was like, oh, would you mind if I please got your email? And I could see he was a little bit, but he gave it to me because most people are nice and they don't want to reject people. And so, maybe I hope he gave me the right email. I hope he responds. But either way, this was a great opportunity for me to flex my extroverted muscles, I guess, and just put myself out there. And I just gained so much insight, so much knowledge today. But yeah, I just wanted to share those takeaways. Let me know if you guys want more. If building a business is not easy, building a brand on social media is not easy. It's not as glamorous as people make it look, but it's definitely fulfilling and worth it.